G'day guys, Duckville here. We're going to be watching a PvP today. This one is not going to be specifically for a completely awesome match, which is just absolutely fantastic. So if you are up for that sort of exciting sort of thing, jump on the Boxer video, jump on one of the other videos that are on the channel, and you can get your fix that way. But this particular game, I actually did watch this one preemptively just because I wanted to see what it was like, because there were some mixed feelings about this one on the forums. But this is between a random player here named Sort. I'm not actually sure who this dude, if this dude's someone of significance or whatever, but and his opponent will be Legalmind, who is actually one of the players who did not hugely well, but did pretty well. Got into the round of 64 in the GSL Season 2 this season. And I'm actually really excited for the GSL tonight, because tonight we are going to be seeing Boxer up against another player. I've totally forgotten who he's up against, but I think it's Korjang. He's going to be up against, so we're going to see some awesome Boxer plays tonight. But however, today I wanted to have a look. We're going to be mainly focusing on Legalmind, because this particular game, he has some just absolutely brilliant, his actually cleanliness of his play is just really nice. And so for the Protoss players who do come to the channel, and if you wanted to see, because I know some of the people liked some of those earlier videos where we've looked at builds and looked at how players are doing certain little things to try and fix up your play a little bit. We're going to be looking at Legalmind here, because he does a really fantastic job on this map. I will obviously grant that I don't think this other guy Sort is obviously of the caliber of Legalmind, but it was definitely still a decent game, and Legalmind did really well. So just for those of you, just be aware, we'll probably mainly be focusing on Legalmind up here at the 1 o'clock position on Xel'Naga Caverns. So for the moment, he's currently got his gateway out and the cyber core. He actually got his assimilator pretty quickly there. And the cyber core is just about halfway done, but he is powering out some probes so that he can get his economy booming. That is one really big thing which for those of you who wanted to learn a little bit, is making sure you're watching the economy. I will come back and highlight that a bit, just to be watching, especially both of these guys. Actually, they do really well with keeping on top of their economy. But as you can see here, Legalmind's going to be going for a 2-gate opening. And so, as I said before, he's very clean with his plays, so they're always really well timed. As you can see, that probe actually put that gateway down just as the minerals hit 150. So he's going to be doing a 3-gate opening, and he is going to be getting a warp gate tech as well. So he's going to be able to push out some units pretty quickly and make sure that he can get his expansion pretty quickly, I would assume. And down here on the other side, Sort is doing a 2-gate opening. He's going in straight into a robo facility here. Probably going to be looking to control the ground forces, perhaps with some Immortals or Colossi, or perhaps even just an observer to see what's going on. Now, once again here, we've got Legalmind. He's coming out. He's doing really well with his food count as well. As you can see, he's kept on top of making sure that his pylons are on time. They're always really brilliantly timed. And that particular Nexus, I'm not sure if you guys actually saw the mineral count here, but or on the side, of course, but that Nexus was just perfect on the 400 mark there, or just over it. But so he's really getting these things down to really great timings, and not wasting any probe mining time as well, because one of the big things about getting sort of advancing from the lower leagues, like advancing, I would say, from silver to gold, even gold all the way up to to diamond, depending on your skill, is really about getting your builds correct and getting your actual timings on your units and your buildings all done correctly. So as we can see here, Legalmind is he's actually just slightly behind just at the moment with his 24 harvesters, but he does actually have a Nexus up early, and he's grabbing a couple more gates as well. So he'll be at a total of 5 gates. He's going to have enough to defend his expansion once it comes out. And as we can see, he has one stalker down here, just actually watching the front there of Sort, just so we can actually see when these particular units here actually move out to obviously either A, to put some pressure on, or B, to actually secure the natural so that he can get out and take care of the natural. So Legalmind's got his natural going here. We can see that he has he's got both of his Nexai grouped up, and they are both pumping out some probes, although this one's not my bad. And we can see now that he's starting to make use of the gates. These two gates are just powering in now, and they're just going to switch over to warp gates. So he's, as you can see, I almost pointed at the screen there. I felt like a real downer, but he's keeping the probes going here at the main. Interesting to see he does not have his second assimilator just yet, so he's not really going to be powering any tech. As you can see, he is surviving really well with just the one assimilator. He got his Nexus up pretty quickly, and so that is going to be pumping out, you would assume, a lot more Zealots in this particular force. Now, he's on top of his minerals yet again. He's warping in more units, chucking out a pylon, because we are getting close to the 60 mark on his food. We're at 5760 at the moment, and he's just doing a great job of keeping on top of things. He is now getting a robotics facility down here at Sort's side of the map, where we see that he has actually gone for a Colossus. So he's got one Colossus standing here defending the natural, and he is actually getting that extended thermal lance out pretty quickly. He's also got another Colossus on the way as well. So he's going to be relying on the power of the Colossus to actually stand back and take care of... he's probably assuming there are just a lot of Stalkers, which there's not a huge amount of Stalkers, given that Legalmind is only on the one gas. He's actually got two now, but he's going to be relying a lot more on the Zealots here. I would not be surprised if he actually gets a Citadel out shortly. Probably eventually he'll get a Citadel out. May even go for charge, just so he can give the advantage here to his Zealots when it comes to a battle. And as we can see, Sort's now going to be moving up, that he does have two Colossi. He's putting down a proxy pylon over here at the Xel'Naga watchtower. These Stalkers come across, take care of the probe. That probe is dead now, but the Stalkers got what they needed there. They just don't want the probes pushing up, planting down more proxy pylons, because if Sword starts to win some of the battles, he's actually going to be in real trouble when Legalmind will be in trouble there. But some great force fields going down there. Legalmind is actually moving across, target firing the Colossi with his Stalkers. His Zealots have actually done a great job moving in here and taking care of the rest of Sword's forces, just being a few Stalkers and a few, I think there were a couple of sentries in there as well. But as you can see, this pretty quick two-base play here with the 5 gates is doing really well for Sword. He's got his robotics facility also grabbing an Immortal at the moment now as well, just to complement his very large force. So Sword's only got one Colossi left now. Sorry, that's 2. There's one coming down from the battle. This one is essentially dead, though. That one's going to take like one hit. It's going to get poked by someone's grandma and it's going to fall over. But Legalmind is now grabbing his 4th gas, putting down a couple more gates, getting a Twilight Council over here. Expect the Zealot charge to come out, I would assume. Now he is also, that's one thing that Legalmind, if there's anything in this game he didn't actually keep on top of, was his energy. He actually had a whole bunch of energy in this particular Nexus, and now he's just using it up on the warp gates. So that's one thing you can do if you're ever playing and you actually fall behind on your energy on your Nexus. Just chuck it down on some warp gates, warp in some more units. It does actually reduce the cooldown of the warp gate. Cooldown, I suppose. I just said cooldown twice, whatever. So now he's moving down across the map. Now that he does see, he's got an observer inside Sort's base. He did actually see what was available for Sort to defend his base, but a little bit too late was this observer coming out to spot to counter observe, I suppose you could say. And now Sort's actually using his observer just to peek out at what Legalmind is doing at the front of his base. As you can see here, the proxy from Legalmind once again here, just to reinforce the units as quickly as he can. More Stalkers are coming in as well. So now that he's got the 4 gas pumping, he's got Blink researching actually. So he switched across to Blink. It's not going to be the Zealot charge. So he's going to be using the power of the Blink to just get across. I guess he would be using the Blink to blink inside next to the Stalkers, to the Colossi, much like you would do against the Terran, where you would blink Stalkers into tanks, just because of the huge range of the Colossi and tanks. So here we go. Legalmind is starting to move in here. There's the blink. Bam. Straight on top of the Colossi. One Colossi goes down. The rest of the Stalkers are trying to focus here. The Zealots of Legalmind are just actually creating a really big block here on Sword's forces, and Sword is just getting absolutely destroyed by what's happening here. Some of Legalmind's Stalkers are going to be falling down here at the moment, but he does have more Zealot reinforcements coming across. Sort's Zealots are also coming across to defend his Stalkers as well, but there are just way too many forces here from Legalmind. He's just done a great job of his macro. He got that second base really early, and he's kept on top of it essentially the whole game. As you can see here, we've only just gotten up to this sort of 800, 500 point for his actual minerals and gas. But as you can see there, some great play by Legalmind. A very safe sort of build to get this 3-gate into warp into 5-gate along with the expansion. Pretty safe build here. And so just for the folks who are in the lower leagues who want to actually get a bit better with their play, is one thing to make sure you're doing is keeping on top of your timings, making sure that you're being really efficient with what you're doing. So as we can see here as well, which I forgot to point out, but the harvesters, a massive amount of harvesters here. He is tiny bit oversaturated at both of his mining bases here, the main and the natural, but that's really of no consequence, because if this battle was to continue, if there was sufficient defense here from Sort, Legalmind would be able to transfer the surplus of probes across to the third. When you'd assume at this point he'd actually go for the gold. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you want to see the actual replay for yourself, so you can have a look at the sorts of timings that Legalmind did here, or even in fact if you wanted to have a look at what Sort was doing a bit more, let me know, and I'll put the link to the replay in the game description. But otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed that. I've got a couple of other games that I'm going to put up shortly before we go to Boxer tonight. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe and comment. Cheers.